everybody.
Hey, we're back. This is week 5 of our package bee series. So 5th week for these package bees. We're just going to do a little bit of a quick check today. See how much progress they're making is really all we care about. We know we have a good queen. We got lots of good traffic at the entrance. They're eating well. Everything is smooth sailing, so we're just letting them build up.
Give them a little smoke here at the door.
Undo the hive strap.
Okay.
Let's see, is there anybody up here yet?
No.
Not quite.
I glue it down just a little bit. Not bad.
Yeah, there's some stragglers.
Yeah.
Make sure the queen's not there for some silly reason. And this one, put the inner cover on the front so the bees can climb in the hive.
For reference, I filled up their feeder yesterday, so they're really not taking very much.
Yep. And so this box is basically empty. So all we'll do on this one, just take this box loose and we'll set it down there on the outer cover.
Yeah, you're not going to look through this one?
There, I can see all the way through the frame, so there's not really any progress.
Yeah, I only see.
But you'll notice that I like to lay the outer cover either on the hive stand, if it's like a double stand between the hive boxes, or on the ground next to the hive, and then set the deep box caddy corner. That way it's only touching a few places, so less chance to squish the bees. And if some bees fall out the bottom or go out the bottom of that box, or heaven forbid the queen were to fall out or climb out, they're going to be inside of that outer cover, which is acting like a tray, so that they're not down into the grass. All right, and
so
what we got here?
Good teaching here. So this is some leftover pollen patty from last week. So what we do is we scrape this off and toss it and put on another little strip, just because if there's any hive beetles in here, which every hive has some hive beetles, they get in here and they lay eggs and nasty larvae, and so if they haven't eaten this, we just go ahead and toss it.
Yeah, I'll take it with us. We'll get it. If it's got eggs, then we'll just throw it in the trash, and we're gonna kill an entire generation of hive beetles right there.
We'll give them some more here in a minute after we kind of get a little look through here.
Actually, so here is some hive beetle larvae. This is exactly what they do. See if I can catch this on video. See all the little white eggs?
Disgusting.
Yep. And those are just basically going to grow and use that protein source. Just like bees, the pollen is their protein source. And so by taking this and getting rid of it, getting it out of the apiary, throwing it in the trash, we're basically just killing an entire generation of hive beetles as well. So it kind of acts as dual purpose. The bees get the protein that they need, and then we get to use it as a bait trap for hive beetles.
Okay.
All right, so do have some more bees this time.
Yeah.
So it looks like they are starting to emerge. Nice and easy, because now they're actually moving out here. No queen there. I see capped brood on this frame all the way out here. So yeah, she is definitely continuing her laying run here. So really, we just kind of want to see how strong they are. We're not really even going to try to go through this whole thing to find the queen. We'll pull one frame out and just double check to make sure that all the brood looks good and they're drawing wax and doing what they're supposed to do. Yeah, that frame inside of there is capped.
I don't see her on
almost
there.
a whole sheet of cat brood. This is the frame that we moved from the right side of the box to the left side of the box last time to kind of center them up. So they're already going after drawing the wax on that one. They've got this side drawn, and heck, they've got capped brood here as well. So they're doing well. All right, are there some fresh eggs there?
Well, we'll just look at the next one. That's where I put that one back. Then we can see if there's a queen there, you know.
Push that over, give you some space.
It's nice and heavy.
Just look for the queen real quick. And I thought I saw her, but no, that wasn't there.
Yeah. See her.
And then here, this is all capped over. So the brood is going to be emerging soon. Yeah, and so this is a good example here too. If you can hold that frame, Melissa. So you'll notice that hopefully you can see some of this capped brood here right in front of my finger. So it's just a slightly different shade. I'm just gonna get it in the shade of the light here. It's a little bit darker shade of color because they are about to emerge. So what these nurse bees are doing is they're chewing the wax, kind of thinning the capping down so it's easier for the new bees to emerge. Now, like out here, you can see this is fresher and thicker, and then this is a little bit older, darker, and then they're in the inside here, they're kind of thinning that down so it's a nice, easy way to chew their way out and emerge into the new world. And look around the edges here. Yep, there's fresh larvae. Yeah, I see all stages of larvae. So at this point, we don't need to find the queen. That's enough for me. We know they're expanding. We know they're doing well. We're just going to kind of make note of how many frames of bees that they have.
Okay. I don't see any out here.
Yep, so we'll count this. This is kind of
little.
Half, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the half on that side, the half on this side, so that's a good 8 frames. And they will be moving up into this top box very, very soon, especially as these new babies start to emerge. They're just going to have a lot more population, kind of exponential growth, to be able to grow into the new box and continue to draw the wax at a faster rate as well. We still have several weeks of nectar flow left, hopefully, so plenty of time for them to get to work. We're still giving the sugar water, and we are going to give them a fresh strip of pollen patty just as bonus to make sure that they have plenty. They ate about 3/4 of what we gave them last week, so they are using it, which is perfect. That's what we want. We want them to have a good boost in the pantry, so it's raining, they can still be working, and Queen has no reason to slow down. She can just keep laying. And then on these pollen patties, we just kind of score it with the hive tool. About a 1.5 to 2 inch strip. We'll lay that across the back of the frames of the bottom brood box. That's where all the babies are. Yep. And then we'll just put in this case, instead of the inner cover going there, we get the top box put on top of it. And then you can take the wax paper off if it'll peel off. Whatever you can get off of it easy.
Some of it off. That'll be all right.
All right.
And we'll have
And then we got plenty out of that 1 pound patty. That'll last several weeks in this hive, and we've got enough for the other hives here too. So.
Yeah.
All right, we'll set that box back up here. Make sure there's no bees on the rim. If there are, we'd be smoking them. The frames are centered. And just set the box up there nice and easy. Slide it in place, square it up, because the bees are gonna kind of propolize it, and it'll have kind of like a a location where it kind of seats itself, where it'll kind of settle into its normal location. So whenever you take it off the next time, they'll have like a little propolis ring, kind of sit easy, nice and flush. And then we want to push all these frames together. Had one hive that I guess whenever it was that hive over there, we looked at it earlier today. When I put the top box on, it's so new, the equipment's so new and it's wax dipped, so the frame slid open that had a gap like this. And what the bees did is they drew an extra sheet of wax in between those frames. So that was my beekeeper mistake. So we'll make sure we get everything nice and tight, frames together, equal gap on either side, and then it'll have the proper bee space. So for bee space, proper bee space is 3/8 of an inch. Anything less than that, they will close the gap, either with some sort of burr comb or usually propolis. And if it's larger than 3/8, they will fill it with more comb. So they're gonna either overdraw the comb, or they're going to put in a secondary sheet, or maybe they'll turn the comb sideways. They're basically just going to keep using that space. If it's 3/8 of an inch though, they won't do anything with it. That's a passageway for the bees. That's their passageway gap. So it's like the hallway space. So Langstroth hives are designed based around that 3/8 of an inch bee space.
Okay.
All right, got them
All
all
buttoned
packaged
down.
back up.
Yep.
Ready for next week. We will be, maybe not next week, but probably the week after. We get a full deep box worth of bees. Then I believe we'll probably do a video on varroa mite check. We'll have plenty of bees at that point, and we'll have lots of open comb to kind of pull some nurse bees from to do our mite check. And we'll go through that process of how we do it using a tote and a half cup measuring cup. So look forward to that.
Yep.
Until then, enjoy this nice weather.
Yes. Have a good day.
See y'all.
See ya.